Shalom homies, and welcome to another video. My name is Aiden, and today I am working on a commission. So this one, as you can probably already tell, is a bit of an odd one. Basically, I was commissioned by my friend Sin to draw two characters from the thing, Nauls and Palmer, using a V8 blender to make whatever this is, a Boris shake. Also, this face is very cursed because I don't know how to draw. Or rather, I just don't know how to draw faces in certain angles and positions so that they look normal. So this is just pretty much a fun commission to do. I think it was like $20 or $21, I don't know, I like money. And yeah. So, if you aren't familiar with the thing, basically it's a horror movie by John Carpenter, and it's about these guys in Antarctica who are basically forced into the situation with the thing, which is an alien from another world, which is redundant rather. This alien from another world who assimilates into other beings, and which basically kills them. And yeah, you can't trust anyone. It's a really good movie, I highly recommend it. And so basically, we have a whole bunch of headcanons for all the characters. It's to the point that it's almost irrecognizable next to the actual movie, but it's fun. So basically, Boris is a thing from the thing. Very, very good wording here. He's basically when... spoiler warning, I guess. He's basically when Norris gets assimilated, and his name is Boris, because we call him that. So Norris, or Norris thing, or Boris is what they're putting in the blender, as well as some bricks, because Top Gun, I think, is what it's called. I honestly can't remember. Top Gear, not Top Gun, that's a movie. I am very intelligent. Top Gear is our inspiration for this. So yeah, we're getting to the coloring now. I don't know how I actually feel about the finished project of this. Some of the colors are kind of whack, mostly because I color sampled for things, like from the actual image. So yeah. But I do like how the inking looks, and the initial color for at least Nauls and Palmer looks nice. I like doing these more quirky, I guess, pictures. Quirky is the one way to describe this. But I also like doing more serious things. I don't know. We're just having fun here. And we're going to ignore that that hand exists. Because while I've gotten better at drawing hands, I am still very much in the learning process. I'm also still learning some stuff about how colors work together, specifically like with overlay layers, because some colors show up better with overlay, some colors show up better with like soft color or other blending modes, so I need to experiment with that more. We'll get more into that as we go into the shading, but for right now we're finishing up the coloring and getting into the inking of the background, which was a interesting process, to say the least. I had like a ton of layers for this, because I had like some effects that I wanted to do, which I was kind of not smart about the entire time. So yeah. Also, that says rat sauce on there. Don't question it. It's best not to question most things that go on in the machinations of our headcanons and our AUs and other things. Oh, yes, Sin's Tumblr will be in the description below, as well as my email and my Instagram and all other means of contact, as well as what brushes I use and what music is used in this video. I was literally told to just put weep music, so we put weep music, and I may or may not unironically enjoy some of it, which is kind of cursed. which is on brand for me. So now we're getting into the shading, and like I mentioned, I'm still figuring out how to pick good colors for shading. Because it seems that for browns, it makes it like very dark red, because I use red-black for shading. Which is, I don't know, it's just a personal preference. Because when you go into overlay, black is just a good color to pick. Because everyone tells you not to shade in black, but that's for multiply. Whereas with overlay, black is actually probably the best color you can go with, because it's the darkest shading. I don't know, it just looks really good, and it has always looked really good for me. However, I need to experiment with different shades sometimes. We got some rat sauce here. We got a little... It looks like a mouse, but I swear it's a rat. But for here particularly, this is where I had some color options, because I don't know, it just looks way too pastel. And I'm not a fan of that, personally, with all these other hard colors. So yeah. I probably could have gone darker. It just doesn't look right to me. I don't know. And now we're coloring Boris, who looks like ramen noodles now that I think about it. And the bricks, which once again, they look way too pastel, at least right now. And I didn't really like that. So I'm still learning color stuff. I know good color theory, that just comes to me naturally, but picking color sometimes, like mostly with shades and things like that, it gets tricky for me. I also was supposed to make this mysterious liquid transparent, which I also accidentally did not record. So my hard work went to waste. Well, I mean, it came out in the finished product, but you know. That's also something that happens a lot, is that I will accidentally turn off record, or like I'll pause the recording and then I will forget to turn it back on, or whatever. So that's been problematic sometimes. But yeah, as you can see, I've had to mess with the shading a bit to figure out the right colors and make sure it doesn't go black, because brown's like really weird. It will go jet black sometimes, or like basically black, I don't know. And I have a lot of brown haired characters, so it doesn't help. But I do really enjoy shading. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the process. It just can get really tedious sometimes. But I like getting those nice... Also, I saw the cell shade for this. Ignore whatever's going on right here. It is definitely shell shading. I just like blending, okay? Don't at me. Blending just makes things look really nice to me. And hair is fun to shade. And yeah, I couldn't help myself from shading the background. Or blending the background, rather. Because I was supposed to shade it. But, you know. More work for me. If any of you have suggestions and tips for things like brushes that I should use for blending, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, like, give me whatever critiques you want, because those are usually helpful. And yeah, we're pretty much done here. Just getting in the background. A very simple background. I think I made it way too dark for the bright colors. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of how the background worked out. But nonetheless, here it is. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.